Hello and welcome back to the Virtual Learning Channel. My name is Kassidy and I'm a board-certified music therapist here at Able Arts Work. In today's video, we are going to be learning all about music theory. What is music theory, you might be asking? Well, in one short definition, music theory can be defined as the practices and possibilities of music. Basically, music theory helps describe how composers and musicians make music, listen to music, analyze music, read music, notate music. Basically, everything involving listening and composing music has to do with music theory. I know this sounds very broad, and it is broad, but we'll just be learning about the components of music theory that are very important to lay the foundation of songwriting and music listening. And these are things you could use in your personal life if you have an interest in music composition, or in classes this will come in handy because I'm going to familiarize you with some terms and ideas that will come in handy when you are working on music projects in the future. Alright, with that being said, are you ready to start learning? Let's do it! First up, we're going to be learning about the thing that is the most important part of music writing and reading, and that is the staff. As simple as it may look, the staff is the foundation of all music writing and reading. So think about a book. You can read a book, but you can also write a book. The staff is like a book. It's basically a vessel of information. Music information is put onto a staff for others to read that music and then be able to play it. The staff is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. Every area on the staff is important, even the spaces, because it all provides the information for where to place a note. So, what is a musical note? Using the same book metaphor from before, we can conclude that a music note is like a word in a book. It is a short idea, but when placed with other notes, it creates meaning. Just like when a word is placed with other words, that creates a sentence with meaning. So a sentence in a book is kind of like a musical phrase or a melody in music. Sentences in books create a complete idea with meaning, and melodies do the same thing. Here's an example of a melody that might already be familiar to you. Let's listen. Here's another one. Just like we have alphabets in our own languages, for example, the English alphabet, a music alphabet also exists. And it's really similar to the English alphabet. Luckily, it is not as long. The English alphabet contains 26 letters, but the music alphabet only has 7. Alright, let's start singing the English alphabet. Try it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Wait, stop there! Let's count how many letters we just sang. Try it with me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's 7 letters. And that is our musical alphabet. When we reach the letter G in music, instead of going to the letter H like we do in the English alphabet, we stop at G and we cycle back around to A. Unlike the English alphabet, the musical alphabet can be used in any order possible. These 7 simple letters lay the entire foundation of all of music. It is the different orders and combinations of these letters that end up creating melodies and chords and everything that creates our music. So, for example, we'll find these letters in a very familiar piece of music. Maybe you've heard it before. It's called Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. The opening melody, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, is just 4 of these letters. But in the specific order they create that melody. So now let's go back to the staff and see how it is used to communicate these notes from the musical alphabet. On a staff, you will usually always see something at the very beginning. It's a symbol that looks like this. This is called a clef. There are a few different types of clefs, but we're only going to be focusing on one today, and that is the treble clef, which looks like this. The clef is here to help us know where each note should be placed on the staff. This order of notes on the staff will not change unless the clef changes. So we know that this is a treble clef. What about these vertical lines going through those 5 lines and 4 spaces we talked about? These lines are meant to divide the staff into measures. Basically, it's an easy way to separate musical ideas, so it makes it a little bit easier to read. Now that we have the structure of the staff laid out, we can start placing notes. Now we can use our musical alphabet we learned to help label each of these notes on the staff. As you can see, we are using the same order of letters as the alphabet here. But instead of starting on A, we're going to start on an E. Same order, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, start on an E, and when you get to G, remember what you do? You cycle back to the beginning, which is A. Since musical notes can be placed in any order they want and not just the order of the letters of the alphabet, there's a very helpful acronym to help us remember where each note should be placed on the staff. For the notes that fall on the lines of the staff, we can use the acronym empty, garbage, before, dad, flips. E for empty, G for garbage, B for before, D for dad, and F for flips. Empty, garbage, before, dad, flips. This order will not change just as long as there is a treble clef at the beginning of your staff. Now what about the spaces in between those lines? Well, this one's pretty simple. The letters that fall within the spaces spell out the word face. F in the first space, A in the second space, C in the third space, and E in the fourth space. Face. So you can just remember face in the space. Alright everybody, that concludes our very first lesson on music theory. You did a great job at listening and following along. Remember, this video will always be here if you ever want to come back and revisit this information to help you remember or review anything that you may have missed. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kassidy, and I wish you all happy music making. See you later!